Hello everyone, you're on Sharing Our Shine. I'm Kelly Renee, and with this second video since the restart of the channel, I'm going to do a small coloring haul, well, kind of small for me, and a color and chat. So it's going to be kind of two parts. Part one will do the haul, and then I'll pick one of these three books. They all have, well, two of them have whips in it, and this one I have a page mark to start on. So I don't know which one will tickle my fancy, which one I'll get to, but I'll go ahead and take these away. I'm going to pause the video so I can start showing you the coloring haul in just a moment. Okay, I've got everything kind of perilously stacked over here to my right, so I'll just grab a few things off the top here. Maybe I'll start with this. Okay, I'm going to start with this. Okay, I don't think I've done a haul video ever on this channel. So this is kind of my first, and I apologize for the grunginess of my workspace. But what you're looking at is a poster board here, printed poster board with some clear contact paper over the top. So what I've got here, I got it on Amazon. It's just a pencil case, marker case, gel pen case. And I was going to use this. Ooh, I can't, well, I guess I could go higher. Well, and we'll leave it as it is with the wider bands here. And I bought that this case, I think it's 96, maybe a little more. Can't really remember. Sorry. I think it was $25, $24, something like that on Amazon. And I don't have any case that looks like that, so hopefully it will stand out on my shelf over here. But I have the Langrio acrylic gel pens plus 1.0, 90 colors. I got this some time ago, so I don't have the sleeve on it. And I have used a few of them. This is the P650, so these are the ones that you don't have to press down. But I do have the ones you do press down, but I have a trick for using those. So I bought that case to put these pens in. And I should show you how I have those other pens kind of organized by sets. That does not working for me. I don't know how everyone else is organizing these pens, but there's so many of them, so many different styles. It's a little bit crazy to kind of organize, so I'm trying to figure it out for myself. But anyway, I've got that marker case for those particular acrylic gel markers. I also bought myself some new Tombow blender pens. I use these with so many different things. I like to have extras, so I bought myself that. And this is something I bought on eBay. This is for my pro markers. These are the nibs that Winsor Newton does not make anymore. This is for the Letraset style, or the casing marker, where these nibs fit and you have that ultra fine nib. So when I find them on eBay, I tend to grab them, since I do have the full set of the pro markers, and they're my preferred choice of pro markers. So that's why I got that. And this I saw on Coloring Chemist, Connie over at Coloring Chemist, and I like the results that she was getting with these tempera paint sticks. So I did go ahead and invest in a box. So I had to try them myself. Obviously, I haven't opened it yet. So that is something I will try in the future, and see how they work for me. Hopefully well, because I think that was like $32, something like that. I also got these on Temu, some greens and blues. Now, if you saw my first video from the restart, which was a few days ago that I posted it, I have fallen in love with the Hachette Heros color by number books. And I started with one. I bought that stained glass volume to give the genre of the Disney books a try. And now I'm up to 26. I think I have 26 of those books. I'm actually collecting those books. I enjoy the activity of those color by numbers so much that it is the first series of books coloring books that I'm actually collecting. So there's a lot of nature and water scenes. I have the winter book. I have the ocean book. So I'm going to use a lot of greens and blues, and I just wanted some extras on hand, so I bought this set. These are not gonna... yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping they're good. Well, I'll let you know when I dive into them. Now, these Ecoline, these are watercolor brush markers. And you may say, Kelly Renee, you got the gray set? Well, I did get the gray set for a particular reason. I already own the other sets. What I don't have is the gray set. But now I do. And I'm hoping I can get this in here, because this is where I choose the barely. I'll probably have to take out that blender pen to make this a little bit smaller. Oh, maybe I can do it. Oh, there you go. I can do it that way. I do have the tops kind of... Let me show you what I did. I might as well go ahead and set this one up like I did the other ones here. I cut this tab off. We don't need that. And that gets thrown away, or filed away, if you will. And then I just open up the case, fold the top down, so I can get to my markers, keep them in their sets. And this top does fit over the top, the lid of this. It was one that I got from my mother's stash, as I said in my original video that I posted a few days ago. She passed away in March, and I've been going through her things, and she had a lot of art supplies, and she had this tote. So I just repurposed it for my Econoline watercolor brush markers. Really like these markers. And I happen to have them out for one of the whips that I'm working on. Ah, okay. This you would not think is a coloring accessory, but it is. I'm hoping that it works well. I have, let me pull it out. Give me a second. I have this. Not sure where I got it, but I use it a lot. When I'm working in my color by number books, sometimes I can't tell the 1 from the 7 or the A from the 4 or whatever, and I use this to magnify the section that I'm working on. I just wanted one that was bigger. So I didn't want the round, hold it by the handle. I wanted these flat ones. They're just, let's see. Oh, that works well. I don't know if you can see. If you can see this, and then I'll go ahead and, I'm not sure if you're seeing the magnification, but this is wonderful. These do work well. This is a flexible magnifier sheet, 4.75 by 7 inches. I think it was $5 or $6 on Amazon. So if you are watching this video and you have old lady eyes like I do, you may want to invest in that. That works well. Okay, let me go ahead. This is the Care Bears book. I don't see a lot of people that have that, but it's really cute. So I went ahead, even though I have the, it's a Guana, the Ghana markers, the 240 set, plus I have the Artex 120. I have a lot of acrylic markers, but I didn't have the Tule art, and I really wanted to try them in 2 of the colors I think they'll get a lot of use, blue and the earth tone. So I got these 2 sets as well to give them a try. We'll see if I like those and test the opacity of those particular markers. My dogs are moving around, and my birds might get a little noisy, so I apologize for that in advance. La Plume 2. These are water-based markers, and I do have the full set of Tombos. I have soon to be a full set of Faber-Castell Aqua Dual Brush markers. I'm missing 20. I've purchased all 20 from Blick, but they haven't arrived yet. That will complete my set of the Faber-Castell. I do have I'm pointing because that's where they are. Let me see if I can tilt you. Oops, sorry about that. Kind of got away from me, but there they are. There's my full set of Tombos. There's my partial set of Faber-Castells. There's my partial set of Liras. Let me go ahead and pause the video so I can fix the camera. Okay, we might be back in business here. It's a little weak. Okay. So I bought these 12. First of all, I like these markers. And these colors in this particular... this is the Victorian set. And I bought these markers specifically for the colors. The reds, the oranges, a yellow, a few greens, a deep purple, and a deep brown. I really wanted a few more options on those colors, so I bought this one set. Now, in my Tombow organizer that I have my Faber-Castells and my Liras in, I have one blank row that will hold 12 markers. These are the 12 that are going into those slots. So I kind of planned in advance. I'm a little bit proud of myself, patting myself on the back. Okay. After this one, let's see. Yeah, after this item, it will all be color books. Now, I did buy these inexpensive field sketch pads. I'm going to open them because I'm really curious. Pack of 2. They weren't very expensive. I want to say somewhere between $10 and $12. But I have a specific purpose for these. No, my overflowing garbage thing is okay. Paper's decent. Paper's decent for my purposes, and it's white. What I am currently using with my color by number books is this. This is a sketchbook that I had just laying around, and I needed one to do a color journal. That's what I'm calling it. And what I do is pick my colors. I swatch and then I pick my colors. So the ones I've been working in, I do have a record of what colors I used. And the one that I'm currently working in, I don't know if that one was a little bit different, but the last one that I worked in, this is where I swatch all that. But I really would like to use this paper for a different purpose. So I wanted to replace it. So I bought these to replace that Van Gogh sketchbook with these much cheaper field sketch pads. So I can make a color journal and keep track of my colors in my color by numbers. Okay, so what I have left to share with you in this first part of this video, which is the haul, are some books that I got. I saw this book on one of the collection videos, and I'm kind of silently scolding myself that I can't remember who it was. But they had this book, and it was not a keeper for them. But during the collection video, she did fan through the pages in this book, and I liked what I saw. So I paused the video, wrote down the information, found it on Amazon, and made the purchase. So I have that one. This one, I was looking for something else and it came up. Weird Couple, Coco Wyo. And I just thought the images were just so different. Using my alcohol markers in this book. I don't mind the black backing, but it looked like it was creepy. Halloween is coming without being horror. I don't do horror, but I can do creepy. And this book looked like it was a lot of fun. It was more whimsical. I liked the style of the art. I don't know that I've seen a flip through on this on YouTube. I don't recall seeing one. I just saw the book and saw some examples of the art that's available in the book. And I thought this would be a good purchase. I hope that's coming in clear enough. 979-885-125-2846 on the ISBN. But this looked like it would be fun. So I got Weird Couple by Coco Wyo. This book, I can't pronounce her name, and rather than insult her, I won't try. Enchanted Earth is the book. I've seen many flip-throughs on this book. And as I said in that first video, that I'm really leaning into a different sort of path in my coloring journey, trying to just find the joy and the zen of adult coloring as opposed to trying to pursue an artistic excellence. And this book, I just like the artistry in the book, even though it has a lot of detail. How I will approach this book now on this different path is different than how I may have approached it many moons ago. So I think I'll find the fun, the joy, the zen, and using this book with what I have in mind in completing some of these pages. But I did really like the artistry. I put off buying it, but once that idea kind of came into my head, I went ahead and got that book. So, Enchanted Earth. So, my next two books are the only two books I have for Lulu Mayo. I don't have any of those a million cats, birds, sheep, or whatever the books are. A million owls. I don't have any of those books. These are the only Lulu Mayo books I have. And I saw this in a flip through, and I thought it was really, really cute. And this is Lulu's House of Wonder. So no particular animal is featured, but just a little bit of everything. And I really like that, so I went ahead and I purchased this book. Then I saw that she had a compilation book. I did order this from France. I think it was $40-something on Amazon US, and I got it for $28 or something like that on the Lyrica site. And I saw many flip-throughs of this book, so yes, and I did want it because I do like the style of the art, and I don't have any other Lulu Mayo books except these two. So I went ahead and picked those two up. I also have Underwater Worlds, Coloring Magical Depth. Your price $10.19. I want to say I got this from Michaels. I really do. But I can't really remember. But it's single-sided. Paper's nice and smooth. My water-based markers might do well on this. Pit pens might do well on this. Alcohol markers will do well on this. So I felt like I had some medium options. And I liked the artistry in the book. And the price was decent for $10. So I went ahead and I picked that up, and that's Underwater Worlds by Renata Krauzik. And last but not least, I got the Colorist Special Effects marker pens by Helen Ellison. Yeah, this has been shown on several channels. That's where I saw it. And since I'd like to up my game with alcohol markers, I'm not trying to pursue any level of expertise. But I do like my Cozy Cutie books, and I want to get into better patterns. So having a few techniques in your bag of tricks would not hurt. So I wanted to get this book because it was focused on marker pens. So I think I will enjoy this. I really do. And I think, hopefully this was straightforward enough and fast enough, but I believe that is the end of the haul. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and end this video and start part 2. And part 2 will be a color and chat. I'm just going to work in one of the books that I've already started in, and then chat about a few things. So those of you that are just here for the haul, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. If you'll give me a thumbs up, that's also appreciated. But part 2, just a color and chat. I don't have any particular topic that I want to drone on about. And I have 3 books to pick from. I'm not expecting to complete a page, just do a little work in them and have you and this audience for company. So just hang on. Let me go ahead and get set up for that. Okay, I don't expect this session to be for very long, but we'll see. We'll see. This is just, let's see, what am I working in here? Oh, there it is. I passed it. Yes. Okay, you don't need to see the solution on this page, and the lighting's not very good, is it? I've got all kinds of lights pointed at this book, but I still feel like I'm in the dark. I'm going to pull this in a little bit more. Well, that's the best I can do for the moment, guys. These the other 2 books I have are options for me. But I was working with my Langlo acrylic gel pens, as well as some alcohol markers on this page. And I have not done a flip through. I don't see flip throughs on this particular book. Okay, for those of you that want to see the solutions, stick around. For those of you that do not, maybe scroll ahead until you see the cover again. But I'm going to share the solutions since I really don't see this on YouTube at all. This, I believe, has 50 pages in here. It's one of the specialty books. So I'm going to start the solutions now. I got this book because not only are the images really, really cute, they're so colorful. They're just so colorful. And that's what drew me to get this book. Just how colorful and happy all of these pages are. And I can get a lot of use out of my macaroon acrylic markers and my Langlo pens. And there's a mixture of advanced as well as beginner pages in here that aren't too complicated. But that is the quick flip through of Care Bears. Not everything at Hachette Heroes is Disney. But this was a little bit different, and I just really fell in love with all of the colorful solutions in this book. For those of you that did not want to see the solutions, I am back to the cover, and you can rejoin. But this is the page, I should have wrote it down, took note of the page number, because I didn't do that. Oh, I do have a flag in it. So maybe I'll work on this page for a little bit. Now, the other thing that I have here, the color and reveal animals. This could have been in the haul because I got this about a week ago. And I've only gotten as far as color matching the color key. I took a copy of the color key in the book and just have a separate sheet here. And this is the page that I picked out to do. And this is using water-based markers, whether they be Tombow, Faber-Castell, or the Lyra. I was going to do this in water-based markers. I also have a code here, ALC, for alcohol. I was going to color code these to my alcohol markers as well, but I haven't gotten that far. So, but this is a page I have already targeted to do, so I have that option. And the third option that I have here is a page that I started a little while ago. I'm still working on it. I want to add some more contrast and some more details. I have to finish his head and his armor, keeping everything kind of simple got the body to do, the horn to do. I've got all this to do. So I could work in this as well, but this is in the Mythic Animals, Kirby Rosanna's book. I've had for a little bit, maybe about a year or so. But I'm using water-based markers. I'm also using those watercolor brush markers. I have the Eco line set, and I also have Chromatech. Chromatech has like 54, 53 colors in it. I don't have the Zig Clean Real Brush. I don't have that brand. I do have a different brand. I'm happy with the Eco line and the Chromatech, so I don't see any need to get the Zig. Trying to use what I have and complete some sets as far as my buying goes. But hard to tell with that haul, but nonetheless, that's what it is. Okay, so I think I'll put those 2 books aside and work in this one just for a little bit. Let's see here. What I did was, I really don't have my 0.6 millimeter fine tip acrylic gel pens well organized. So I found the colors I wanted to match up over here. And I've marked them over here. And then what I did was I just took a sticker and said that when I need number 9, this is the pen that I go to. It's just a little bit easier for me. I'll bring you in a little bit here. It's just a little bit easier for me, and I do have a wad of putty at the ready in case I need a flood. And I might need one right away if I do this 9. This whole section here and some up here is all 9. Do I want to do that? I'm not going to do that section. I'm not feeling that ambitious. I'm going to look for number B. I have a pen here. It's in the green family. That is B. Let's see. This B. So I just put the number of what I need. And I'm just going to do this here. I'm hoping I'm in frame. Yeah, so if you are on the fence on whether or not you're going to get these acrylic gel pens, I would say you should get them. They're a game changer from my point of view. I really like them. They're very versatile. I know that not everybody does these kind of books, but this is a big B section. I think I'm going to need my putty. Because I do have the ones you push down on as well. And what I do when I take the top off, I put the little thing inside the lid so they're together before I put my blue tack, or whatever you want to call it, on the back here. Everyone knows that trick, I believe, by now. So I'm just going to do, this is a section right here. Oops, I'm not in frame. This section right here is B. And this has had a, yeah, it's a little bit of a start. I think yeah. So whoever discovered this really has this little putty trick. I believe I know who it was, but I'm not sure. I can see her talking about it, but I can't call her name. Dusty Coloring? Was it Dusty? If it wasn't Dusty, I apologize. I've been watching her channel lately. Yeah, they're all B's. Guess I should have double and triple checked that before I started. But that is also a game changer. So the way that this coloring community supports one another is just, other genres and other areas can really take a master class of how within a community, be it YouTube, but Instagram or Facebook, how to treat one another. This community is really excels in sharing information and making sure we're all informed about the latest and greatest things, tips and tricks, techniques. There's a lot of sharing in this community. And I'm happy to be a part of it in my small way. But I have been watching some new channels. My old favorites, my old standbys are still there for me. This is also B, this section here, so I'm going to do that. But I have discovered some new channels. Be that I do the Cozy Cutie books, and I've been watching a lot of those channels and doing searches and discovering new colorists. What I've discovered is that I'm listening to their banter with a different ear. And that's because I think I have to take it off sometimes and put it back on. Not that I've changed. I mean, I like what I like, but I'm just pursuing adult coloring in a different way. And I have really found that my anxiety about how much I like a page or whatever is reduced now that I'm not pursuing a level of excellence that I thought I was striving for in the past. I'm not striving for that any longer. So I can relax. I can just relax and enjoy. And this type of coloring, this color by number, which is new to me, is just that. And I really like the imagery that this Hachette Heroes series of books really gives me. But what I was getting to was that I'm listening to the banter of some content creators and other channels with a different type of ear. And I'm hearing things, you know what, I need my magnifying glass, that are really in line. Is that a B? With my new approach. I hear colorists talking about, I don't color this way or I don't color that way because it just makes me anxious. And I'm not striving for perfection. I'm just coloring for the relaxing nature of it. And maybe they've always said that. Maybe it's nothing new. Maybe I'm not hearing a new trend. But maybe I'm just more sensitive to it because I'm one of them. I'm coloring just to relax. That is my purpose. And that is my pursuit. And I'm just hearing that reiterated. I'm going to say more and more, but I'm not sure that's 100% correct. I think maybe I'm just noticing it more and more. Because I'm on that wagon. Let me take this off. Put it back on. And I think I'm starting to, because I really take notice when I hear that. And I say to myself as I listen to them, oh, that's what I'm saying. That's how I feel. And maybe the Cozy Cutie books and how it's kind of taken off in our coloring community is systematic of people not trying to look at some of these incredibly talented colorists that are on YouTube that have developed a skill and a talent that just is jaw-dropping, and feeling disappointed because they themselves can't emulate what they see others doing. And they've just kind of said to themselves, that they just want to stop trying to pursue that standard of excellence that so many colorists have developed that particular skill. I'm trying to see where I'm going here. This is the challenge. Oh, this is all bees, but I'm not going to do the whole section. And maybe that's where the cozy cutie phenomena is coming from. People said, you know what? This is relaxing. This is more my speed. This is giving me or scratching my adult coloring itch. I'm looking for creativity. I'm looking for zen. And, you know, maybe they're tired of opening up these highly intricate books and feeling overwhelmed. And, you know, spending the money on these other books and saying they don't want to color in the books because they're afraid they'll mess them up. That's too bad. If I bought a $50 coloring book, and I have, I'm not afraid to color in it for fear of messing it up. But I understand what they're saying. They're just pursuing something different. And yet the itch that they've always had and the love for the hobby is still very much there. They're just taking a different approach or focus within it. I know that I am. And as you see, I've bought the intricate books and I still plan on working in them, but maybe it's all my mindset. I don't have to worry about seamless blending and this, that, and the other thing. I can just color it for just the joy of coloring it. And I think that's what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, so I thought I would do a small haul, work a little bit in one of my books, and just share some of the things that I've really enjoyed the completed pages. I've also never done that. And I'm thinking about doing that at the end of September. And over the course of September, I will share what pages I completed in August, and June and July, because I've been acquiring different kinds of books. These acrylic markers, I've been acquiring the Languo acrylic gel pens, and a few things of that nature. I've shown you some of it. I have a lot more, embarrassing amount, but I can share that with you. And as you can see in these books, they look very intricate, but that's deceiving. There is intricacy in the book. Is that a word? Did I use a proper word? There are small details in this book you do have to worry about. When you get them, you get them. But some of these areas that look like they're just overwhelmingly small and I could never, that they're all one color. They're likely to be one color. You don't know until you venture in. So if you thought that, oh, I could never see, you might be surprised. And you can get Miss of the World, and you can get Care Bears, you can get Smurfs, you can get Pokemon. There's a lot of different types of books that you can get from the Hachette Heros series. Doesn't have to be Disney. I myself don't know a lot about Disney. I do know that I love the art of Disney. Like, you know, a lot. Okay, I think the rest of those are C's. I think the rest in that area No, I see a B right here that I didn't see earlier. Wow, it's really flooding out now. That's what you have to be ready for when you do the putty trick. Maybe I'll take that off so I can look so it doesn't stop pouring out. Okay, I see another section I can do. That is B. I do get tired of working with one color, and I will do a section even though there's more. But then I'll stop and say, oh, I'll do those later. I'm going to do this section here and then change colors. Simply because I get tired of looking at this one. Mind frame, yeah. Yeah, so I'm also trying to get back my mojo for making videos with proper thumbnails and intros and outros. I'm trying to work on that. So just bear with me. I'll get some sophistication to these videos at some point. But I'm just trying to return, trying to make content and post it as easily as I can, just to get my stride back. I'm going to end it there on this particular color because it's getting monotonous. Come on now, there's my little stopper. I don't want to lose one of the stoppers here. Okay, that's that. And I think I will go with... don't want to do another green. What is 9? 9 is a dark blue. I'm going to go with my 9. There's my 9. And I'm going to have to cap this particular pen because it's a very large section. What I do, I can't grab it with my hand. There's just no way. So I work it out here. Grab the top. I put the little stopper inside here because I can find this easier than I can find that stopper. And then putty it up. And then I'll simply get to it. Make sure I'm in frame here. Let me bring you down. Okay. Alright. Trying to keep it neat. That's one thing that I'm finding that I'm having trouble with, being neat. I don't have to wear my wrist supports any longer. Yay. But I still have trouble holding and having a steady hand. I'm doing my best. But if I go off track and it goes in the section, I just show myself a little grace and keep it moving. I just try not to worry about it too much. I say, you know, I'm just trying to enjoy myself, and I can't enjoy myself if I keep berating myself and getting mad and frustrated because I can't stay in the lines. I'm doing my best, and I know that I am, and that's just going to have to be good enough. But I really love these Languo pens. Oh my goodness. I have so many of them. And I still feel like I need more. I need more Languo. And knowing me, I'm going to answer. See, here I go. Eeks. Trying to stay neat. Also, if you have these books and want to do a buddy color, let me know in the comments. I have 30-something books. I don't have princesses. I don't have heroes and villains. There's some books I just don't have because I can only build my collection so fast. But maybe on my next video, I will show an inventory of my Hachette Heros books. And if you're seeing this video and want to give me some motivation to join you in a buddy color in one of those books, I am game. Love those books. I really do. They're just so I can just, no matter what I'm doing, as long as I have my colors sorted out, and I'm trying to make sure I'm looking at the phone every once in a while to see if I'm in frame here. I'm not good at that. Trying to get better. I will do an inventory of my books, and I am interested in a buddy color in one of them. I do enjoy, and I've seen some other content creators talk about the Hachette Heros books, and that they only use acrylic markers, or that they only use pencil, or that they prefer the water-based markers and don't mind the streaking. Everybody has their aesthetic. And I am one of those that prefers a combination. I may use, just like on this page, I'm using the Languel pens, but I also have used here is the acrylic marker. It's a combination. I am not opposed to using water-based markers on this page if I so choose. So I don't do just the one thing or use just the one type of product. If that's your jam, no problem. But I'm really willing to do a more mixed media approach to these pages. And whatever works for me in the moment, that's what I'll use. And I'll, won't fuss about it later. I do not use super tips. I don't like them in these books. I do use the higher end water-based markers. The ink is better. It just is. And less streaking, more options. I've used pan pastels in these books. I happen to own a full set of the pan pastels. Well, it used to be a full set. Now they have that expansion set that I don't have yet. 53 new colors. I don't own those. So I used to have a full set of pan pastels. But now my full set has taken a back seat because I don't have that expansion set. I am considering getting it, but I have not pulled the trigger on it. I have not pulled the trigger on it. And I need to make sure I'm in frame here. Yeah, I am. I'm going to try to get closer, but then I have to keep moving my book because I can move the camera this way here and then pull the book down closer to me so it's a little bit more comfortable. And I think my putty is not quite doing the, well, let's see. It's doing the job okay. I'm outside the lines, but this is also 9. So I'm okay. Okay, I need to recharge the putty. So off and then back on. As we have been taught by our fellow content creators that have mastered the science of whatever this is, but it just works. I don't need to know the engineering or the science. I do know that it works. And for me, that's all that matters. So yeah, so I have been seeing quite a few content creators talk about their approach to coloring, and they're not trying to do this and they're not trying to do that. And as I listen to them, I say, wow, that's exactly how I'm feeling. So like I said, I don't know if it's something new or I'm just more sensitive to it and I'm hearing it more. I really don't. And I see a lot of colorists who have kind of avoided the cute and cozy books, are venturing in and just testing the waters, tipping their toe in to see if it's something they enjoy. And I certainly haven't seen all the videos, but I've seen quite a few. And so far, the consensus is that they are enjoying them. It's a different approach to coloring. The books with the intricate details don't give you the option of coming up with patterns and those types of things. But these books do, so you can pursue your creativity in a very different way. It's a different style of coloring that is, for me, enjoyable and challenging. Doesn't matter how simple the pages are. It's what you do with them and how much you enjoy. I'm going outside the lines, folks. My old lady eyes and my bad hands are just not being kind to me right now. I'm doing my best. I can't really see where the black line is. I'm just guessing. But it's what you do with those books that brings you the joy, the peace, and the satisfaction. I've heard some very nasty remarks as well about the Cozy Cutie books and the people who do them and what this particular content creator thinks of them, and it was not kind. But each to their own. We don't have to be the same. We all enjoy the same hobby, but how we enjoy it is for us to say. What we invest in it, how much time we apply to it, what we're looking to get out of the hobby, that's not for others to dictate. That is for you as a colorist to share. You know what you're trying to get out of coloring, out of this hobby, and out of the art materials that you invest in. I enjoy some art materials more than others. I avoid the ones I don't enjoy. Others enjoy them, and some of them have actually mastered some of their favorites, and it's wonderful to watch. But it just doesn't negate my pursuit of what I'm trying to do and how I enjoy what I have. It doesn't in any way, or what you have or what you do in any way. Okay, I'm getting tired of blue, so that's what I've done so far, and I'm not, there we go, I'm not concerned about the amount of time that using the Languo pens takes to complete a page. These books don't take that much time. They're not so ridiculous that it takes weeks to. No, it takes a matter of hours. And if you spread those hours over a matter of days, you're in good shape. So I'm feel myself getting dry here. I've got my cold drink with a straw. No slurping. You're welcome. So I didn't want to stay on the video and just consume everybody's time. I wanted to do a short haul, a little bit of a color and chat, just kind of how I'm feeling, what I'm using, what I'm working on, and I'll go ahead and end the video here. But this is a lot of fun. I'm not going to show the solution to this page on the channel. You'll see it, and it will develop over time as I complete it. Of course, I've seen it because, I'm a cheater. And I looked at it and I picked my page. Well, actually, I didn't pick this page. I asked Alexa, from Amazon to pick a number between 1 and 50 at random, and they picked the number 40. So, yeah, I'm on page 40. That's how I picked this page. And I just accepted whatever they picked. So that's why I'm working on it. But I'm enjoying the process, and I think that for adult coloring, whether I was using my water-based markers, whether I'm using my acrylic markers, my acrylic gel pens, or pencils, not me, I'm not using pencils, but others do, are you enjoying the process? If the answer is yes, you're in perfect shape. So just don't try to worry about how others have evolved and then judge yourself accordingly. I'm not as good as this one. I'm not as good as that one. And I've been coloring as long as this one or that one. It doesn't matter. Just try to focus on what you're trying to get out of the hobby and just accept the joy for what it is. So we're going to end it there. Thank you for spending some time with me. Be sure to comment. Be sure to like the video. Really, very much appreciated. I will be back with another video shortly. But until we can get together again, everyone, do shine on. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.